Hi, welcome back. For realsies this time, we've finished the Labyrinth of the Ancients, and it's time to move on to the Crystal Tower proper. Let's see what our quest has in store for us. Ambrose is frustrated over Noah's lack of progress on the Crystal Tower. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there is nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the Labyrinth of the Ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside it. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially? In like manners, the entryway into the principal spire, Syrcus Tower, the allegans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly, we are at a loss. It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste, but I have a mind to set my people scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. And you are? Be at ease, friends, for we share the self-same goal. I am Une, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Allagan civilization sent by the students of Baldesion to assist in your endeavor. Une and Doga? Rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing. But I digress. You claim to be here at the students' behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. I'm sure you'll not take amiss if we seem somewhat doubtful. We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. Do you have the echo? What is it, Gra? 'Tis nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, wow. This is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have the allagan eye as well? This sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the allagans, yet I inherited it from my father, as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain: those who possess the trait are bound by the fate to Allag. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. It seems to me we have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I still mean to verify your story with the students of Baldesion, when I am able. I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, I name Une and Doga advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine the Syrcus Tower entrance. I promise you will not have cause to regret your decision. Ny'ardbert, I should be much obliged if you were to accompany our new friend to the tower. Biggs and Widge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. The 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation.
I shall join you, Ny'ardbert. With Une and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I'm hopeful that we will finally see progress.
I do always like when characters acknowledge the fact that like stuff just kind of happens around the Warrior of Light. I don't know what your deal is, bro, but every time you show up, stuff just like happens. Like good things, my good luck? Not really. Not bad luck either. Kind of just more luck.
We're examining the rubble in the hopes that it'll yield a clue to entering Syrcus Tower. Can you tell we're getting desperate?
Well, it isn't Ny'ardbert. Eager to return to Syrcus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather, no going for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. You'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. It's a pretty definitive looking door. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirit. And a couple of new ones besides.
Allow me to introduce Une and Doga. They are scholars of ancient Allag, sent here by our friends of Baldesion to aid in the investigation. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. 'Tis our hope that we can be of some small assistance.
If your attires ought to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed.
It does watch the patterns.
To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Syrcus Tower, the principal spire of the structure, collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is we can't get it to open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via more orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a Magitech cannon. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 Sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less effective as a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it, a man and a woman respectant allagan royalty by my judgment.
Precisely who these individuals were, we cannot say. Nor do we know whether this device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it's purely decorative.
If you're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's no use, just ask the calluses on my hands.
Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength.
Indeed, why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord?
That's convenient. I don't think any of us expected that to happen. 7 hells. What is this? What did you do? What are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Ah, there we are. Its virtue is guarded by gates impregnable, only to those of royal blood answerable. Exactly as passed down through legend, I am delighted to see. Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you've acquired. Nero? You're still alive? Garland, if I didn't know better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. Ah, but I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is, for all intents and purposes, defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land of Eorzea, a regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounds positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? If you are suspicious of my intent, 'tis only my just deserts, but I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these 2 odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was the symbol of ancient Allag's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I've unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You mean to say that these 2 are descended from allagan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty. Living keys, born of allagan ingenuity. Clones, I believe, is the name your creator gave your kind. Is that not so? 'Twould seem the time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. It was not our intent to deceive. We simply wish to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There is much and more to tell. Very well. Seven hells, do you seriously mean to follow us around? Come, Garland, you know me better than to think I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? An allagan tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you, and a deal more besides. It used to be the jealously guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend.
Nero just looming in the background. Sorry if my voices are not up to snuff today. I've got some stuff in my, like, head that's probably messing with it a bit. Let us hear what Une and Doga have to say. It will not be too late to decide upon a course of action afterwards. It goes without saying that Nero can't be trusted. We do well to keep an eye on him at all times. To think the allagans could make copies of people. If this knowledge were to fall into the wrong hands, the world would become a terrible place. I shudder to imagine a dozen Biggses shouting at me all day long. Ugh. The Chief and Nero go all the way back to the Magitech Academy. It's an exclusive school situated in the capital, reserved for the Empire's brightest elite. I don't know the nitty-gritty details, but they didn't get along back then, and they don't get along now. Fate's a bastard for bringing them together again. See, you want to know the nitty-gritty details, Biggs. That's why you gotta ask. We may not have gotten off to the best of starts, but the past is the past. Yesterday's enemies can yet be today's friends. Do you not agree, Warrior of Light? You've every right to mistrust us, but I beg for you to hear us out. Long have we waited for this opportunity to fulfill our life's purpose. If you are ready to listen, we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader Rambros may wish to be present. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you will have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Boldesian. Nay, we are clones, copies of people who once existed, given life through allagan technology. This is rather a lot to take in. If it would not be considered unseemly, might I ask why you and yours were created? And more specifically, what it is that you now seek to do? Answering your questions requires that we revisit allagan history. Pray bear with us. The Allagan Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall, as the symbol of allagan pride. Parents took their children there, that they might learn how the nigh limitless energy it produced brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. Its decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generations, the allagan civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and its frontier lands were given over to the wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Allag to greatness. Amon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted for but a potent ruler, and none was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot mean Emperor Xande. None other. As part of his experiments, Amon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment. Copies of Une and Doga. Historical texts mention the reigns of two allagan empires named Xande. It was commonly believed that the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike. To think that the two were in fact one and the same. Aye, Xande returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more, and true to Amon's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that. In his previous life,
The Empire desired to bring the entire world under allagan dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, though, he was determined to succeed.
Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Xande turned his sights towards a forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility. That shitty grin. Darkness again? Ugh, seven hells. What is it with the megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust for power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all. Would that you were right, Master Garland. Oh no. Alas, Emperor Xande is very much alive. Within Syrcus Tower he still abides, his ambition burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment that shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it to the tower below. However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbral Era. In the blinking of an eye, the mighty allagan Empire was laid to waste. Yet even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Xande's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken.
Eras came and went. After millennia's lying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the seventh umbral calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Xande awakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. Tis for no other purpose but to put an end to Xande's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited from our namesakes, the true Une and Doka. Fearing what might befall the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave unto us their will, that we might carry on their mission should they fail.
When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action, concluding that we alone could not overcome Xande. We struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over. 'Tis no ordinary man who can cut a path through the labyrinth of ancients. With you as our champion, Ny'ardbert, we are confident that we can end Xande's dark ambition once and for all. Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my chagrin aside, I see now why you knew about the students of Aldezian among a host of other things. You were observing our investigation the whole time. That's what we do, Ny'ardbert. The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens you're an expert at saving it. Count me in. You have our eternal gratitude. Together let us see the allagan Empire's dark past laid to rest. It has been our mission to recover... It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the allagan civilization. But what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the tower's secrets may become lost to us. But the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends Une and Doga, living, breathing allagans. And so I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Syrcus Tower. Its dark secrets must never know the light of day. Ny'ardbert, as you did for us within the Labyrinth of the Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Zonde himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Syrcus Tower from the outside world. To work, then! Sorry, in case you missed that whole interaction with Sid and Nero in the background, go back like 30 seconds and watch it. Great use of animations, not words. Sorry. Wait, there's something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean... You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. The allagan eye, you called it. But to us it is the royal eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it is a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. All will be revealed in due time. Within Syrcus Tower, you will encounter clones who share our appearance. Though they too were created in the image of Doga and Une, they are but empty husks bereft of independent will. Their sole purpose is to eliminate intruders. Striking down spitting images of Une and myself may give you pause, but you must not let that stay your hand. Though their names do not appear to have survived the passage of time, Doga and Une were worthy individuals. They were not without faults, but they placed the welfare of the people above all else. When Zonde was resurrected, they supported his second ascension to the throne, in hopes that the Empire would flourish once more under his leadership. When it came to light that Zonde was consorting with dark powers, they did all within their power to stop him. Among their many acts, they imbued us two humble clones with their will. My apologies if I've given you cause to worry. I am quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there's been much for me to think on. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Syrcus Tower awaits us. Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Zonde himself included. This will afford us the chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. Syrcus Tower unlocked. The truth of my eye is ever on my mind, but right now every man of us has a job to do. Rest assured, I shan't allow myself to be distracted. Alright, let me see if any of the others are still in this zone or not. Because I want to talk to them if they are.
Looks like no. Okay. Well, time to take this for a spin. I may do this as another class. I haven't really decided yet. But regardless, without further ado, let's cut to Syrcus Tower. Alright. Took a while to queue in here, but let's kick some ass. Probably try to open. Alright. God, this place is so beautiful. Interesting that apparently ancient allagan had, or ancient allag had, ninjas. I really do appreciate how they really, like, make the scale of this place work for having so many people. Alright, let's go. I'm trying to remember what to do with this once I've been tapping to it. It has been a hot sec since I did this and had to care about the mechanics, so I would not be surprised if I got caught on something. This one I remember, you wanted to get somebody frozen and then people would hide behind the ice. I didn't make the big ice blocks though, so maybe not. Did I make it? I did. Alright, cool. Old puddles. got caught in that. Let's see. One thing I really appreciate about this raid is that like the track for the combat music and the track for the like backing music is like the same melody, and so they'll cut in at the point of the melody that the other one was at. So it's a very smooth transition to and from. Oh, there's more. Oh hey, it's our buddies, Una and Doga. Sorry we need to murder you in cold blood. Oh, time to get yeeted. Whee! I don't know what the original use of that name, Glaciolus, is, but the association I have with it is one of the Mistresses of Hell in the old D&D lore. I don't know if she's still rules a lair or not, but it was a thing for a while. And so, like, when I'm used to seeing, like, sexy devil lady and get, like, General Armstrong over here, it's, a little dissonant with the name. I mean, I love his design. He's cool. To go step in the thing. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just trying to finish it before it wraps up. There we go. Dargan, what you doing in here, buddy? Dragons were in an allag thing. They were Mericidia things. Come on. Rude. Oh, there's more. There were little ads hidden under it. I didn't watch Chobits. Is Yuki the main girl from that? Or guy? Girl, I guess. Ah, I'm on. Heard a lot from you. I do love this guy's outfit. Oh, his mask kind of looks Garlean, which I like. That's an interesting little callback. Do we kill that? I can't remember. Now it's good stuff. This is the one with piles of ice you need to hide behind. Haven't seen anyone make yet. Okay. Just need to keep an eye out for the curtain call ability. There we are. Hide behind it. Oh, it's a much slower cast than I remember. And got there. Inconceivable. I don't know if I end up needing one of these or not. The catalyst. I know it gets used in a bunch of quests, but... Alright, it begins! Let's do some more regicide, kill an emperor. Or is regicide specifically kings? You know, teleporting forward the 10 feet, like, not particularly effective, but I appreciate the style. So I'm probably going to miss the beginning of this fight. Yep. Hilarious. Miss getting in by a second, and now have to teleport forward the 3 feet. Do you think they had him teleport because the idea of animating him walking down the stairs was too much of a hassle? I don't really know how targeting those little orbs made the meteors stop falling, but, like, I'm not gonna complain. Oh, I hope those aren't too close to one another. Okay, miraculously they weren't. Alright, more meteors. You know, by modern standards, these are all, like, pretty straightforward fights, but I do appreciate the spectacle they put into them. Hell yeah. Life is a circus. Right. Command main person. Between this and the next one, I will have to clean out my inventory a bit. Oh. Ny'ardbert. You did it! You defeated Emperor Zonde. Empires may rise and fall, but man's indefatigable spirit ever lives on. Truly you are the champion we'd hoped for, Ny'ardbert Tia. With Emperor Zonde now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. Are we not going to talk about the hole in the sky? He's in his armor. What are you playing at now, Nero? In case you haven't noticed, Garland, these are dangerous surrounds. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you needn't mind me. I'm perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do. There are two ways that we may seal off Syrcus Tower. Either isolate it from the outside world, or cripple its ability to produce energy. The choice of methods is yours to make. Before you proceed, however, Doga and I must needs attend to a task. I got a bad feeling about this. That distortion, what is it? The power that Sunday sought to obtain comes from the void. The world of darkness, our people called it. And the true nature of that power was none other than the armies of Voidsent.
Voidsent feed on ether, as you may already know, and no plane is richer in it than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Zonde entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Voidsent could freely enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being of the Emperor's lineage, Una and I believe that we can annul it. By his blood, Zonde sealed his dark pact. By our blood, it shall be done. It is time.
Yes, Dugga. Finally, we may fulfill our purpose.
Turn your cell phone off.
Oh, be still, my beating heart. For a moment, I feared that this outing would end in disappointment, but my readings were not mistaken. Not even the Ultima weapon compares to this.
What are you going on about?
The covenant is everlasting. Go to the past. Samurai cat.
And so Mericidia is brought into the fold. Soon all the world shall be united under allagan rule. And yet, with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid. An endless void, bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, it did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its ravening claws have scarred my soul for eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will, you cannot fathom my rage, my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when all must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If a man has nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. Harvest more power, that the gate may be thrown full open. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes, and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness.
So killing him might have been a trigger. Okay, that, whoops, I guess? Yo! Good job, Graha!
Ny'ardbert, pull yourself together!
Is there no end to them? What in the seven hells is happening? Do you also have the... Oh no, you got the eye. Not now, damn it. Ooh, good dodge. might be the only time we see Sid fight. Like, full on. Ooh! That's rough, buddy. Brutal. Nero, were they part of your grand plan too? Save your jape, Scarland. I didn't put up with your arrogant face to play with worthless clones. Something controls them. A void center, no ordinary one at that. Doka! Oh boy! Oh boy! Confound it. Without them, there's no way to master the darkness. That power is mine! Oh. Nero! The covenant shall be honored. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void. Well, that seems bad. Damn it. The rift is gone. What are we supposed to do now? As much as it pains me to leave without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the find and consult Rambros. Sorry, his voice should have more gravel in it. I'm a little distracted. I remembered that they had made this mandatory for a reason, but it's kind of wild how many things in here are relevant. Real use every part of the buffalo kind of thing. Alright. I appreciate the attention and all, but don't you have better things to do than chat with me? I think this is the same as what it was before. Oh, everyone's been in a dark mood since returning. I take it the mission didn't go well? Rambros may know a way to bring our friends back. Let's consult him without delay. I feel as though I'm forgetting something important, but for the life of me, I cannot remember what that something is. All this happened within the tower? God's preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate. Of this I am certain.
There exist myriad kinds of void scent. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through. 'Twould seem that Zande sought to open a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness entry into our world. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what this void scent is capable of. However dreadful it may be, we can't abandon our friends. Is there no way to save them? I will not lie to you, Master Garland. The situation is bleak. Though void scent can enter our world, instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friends still live. Damn it! I feel so helpless. No, I refuse to give up. We must save Doga and Une. We share the same eye, 'tis true, but that is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish them to fulfill their mission, a mission whose burden they have borne for thousands of years. And besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Zande's Dark Covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. Graha, ever since meeting Une and Doga, you've not quite been yourself. Tell me true, is all well with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I know only that there's a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me that the truth of our eye rests with Allag. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I'm with Graha. However slim the odds, you must try to save Une and Doga. I and that bastard Nero as well, if only to make certain that he won't make any more mischief. Sure, said. You have the right of it. Though we have known them but briefly, Doga and Une are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts in literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yet know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray, rest now while you can, for when the time comes to go after our friends, you must be on no less than full strength. We'll save them yet, Ny'ardbert. Mark my words. Being born with one red eye, I did not have the most pleasant of childhoods. You know what they say, children can be cruel. The end result being that I grew up determined to uncover the truth of the trait. Much and more yet remains beyond my knowing, but one thing is certain. The nearer I draw to the heart of the Crystal Tower, the more I am convinced that an important memory eludes me. This is just my humble opinion, but a man like Emperor Zande wouldn't leave anything to chance. Before we arrive at the tower's apex, he would have completed his preparations to open the Void Gate. That's why the gate manifested so soon after you defeated him, and poor Une and Doga were sucked in. Thoroughness and the lust for nihility make for a dreadful combination. Okay. Sorry, those just all spawned in. Void gates and the like are a thaumaturge's domain. Engineers like me and Wedge are out of our depth. Having said that, we're not entirely useless here. The workings of the Crystal Tower itself are a language we understand. If there's something to decipher, we mean to decipher it. Even without Dalamud in the heavens, the Crystal Tower is capable of generating vast amounts of energy. It's only a matter of time before the Void Gate's thrown open fully. Knowing this, Nero used us in order to secure safe passage to the tower's apex. Though I doubt that any of us fell for his ruse, we let the scoundrel do as he pleased nonetheless. Deep down, we all want to believe that a man can change for the better. Aw. You just walked up. Do you saw anything weird? No. Okay.
That was weird animation then. Alright, is this next one World of Darkness? It is. Okay, so I guess that's where we will break this section. We'll be back to do the last of the Crystal Tower raids. And maybe go save Sid's ex. Alright, see you soon.